Good morning, you crazy and sexy mofos out there. What's going on? It's Mix It coming at you from Jersey, New Jersey Morning Drive, your favorite YouTube morning drive show, or weekly morning drive show, or whenever I actually have an idea and I can put something together. Ooh, that sun is beaming. So, guys, um, I basically realized that making these videos is following a pattern. And the pattern is basically the pattern of some of the things that have happened to me, in my life. And so I talked about marriage and I talked about relationships and, talked about kids. It's not in a particular order, but it's only logical for us to talk about something that obviously if you're in a relationship and if you find the right person and if you propose, since we talked about the statistics of marriage, that 50% of marriages end up in divorce, then we can only conclude one thing, and that is that you might find yourself at some point getting divorced. So let's talk about that. So the big D after marriage or the divorce is nothing more than the segregation of the marriage. That's just a legal definition. What that basically means is that everyone, the corporation of you and her now will be basically broken off so that both of you actually can go your separate ways. Now, something very important for you to notice is that in order for you to be able to marry, you need the state's permission. Um, you need to pay like a license fee and all that. And that's pretty standard, obviously, because you got to be able to establish, rights, for example, spousal rights and things like that. Let's say that you get into a bad accident and you are in a coma. Now, this other person has the right under the law to make decisions about your medical health. So that's pretty standard. That's something that basically, happens. But let's talk about the process. So you guys are breaking up for any reason, and it can be many reasons like the ones we have talked about before, right? But it can be that. And so now you basically have to basically go your separate ways, but it's got to be legally done. One thing that I would tell you guys is that during a divorce, and during any legal proceedings in which the courts are involved is do not go to court by yourself. Big no no. Don't go to court by yourself because you will regret it. As you know, the laws are stacked against you for men. And I don't care what anyone says. I'm talking about my personal experience and seeing the experience of other people. But most of the time, I would say 90% of the time, during a divorce, the man for the most part, will probably be kicked out of the house, have to pay alimony, have to pay child support. So once you realize that that's the way that you want to do, you want to be very careful about a couple of things. For example, you gotta start preparing for the train wreck that will come. Because if you are getting divorced and she's the one starting the process, you are screwed. And so make sure that as soon as you can, and this can go either way. But again, I'm talking from the men's perspective. As soon as you can, try to get, if you guys made some money together, bought a home together, and all these things, try to act as soon as possible to get the money out of the bank account because that would be the first thing that she would do. Once she wants to start a divorce, she will go to the bank and empty out your bank accounts, leaving you with freaking nothing. So make sure that you go and you get, if you are a good person, and you know that this person was good to you and you will for whatever reason and you want to be fair, take half of the money that belongs to you and leave half of the money for the other person. That is the right thing to do. Most cases, if it's the woman that is doing that, bro, forget it. She will empty out your bank account. So guess what? Fuck it. If you have a joint account, get your money. If you have a house, make sure that you establish ownership. And I mean by that, like you are in the deed of the house, like something that basically establishes that you are part of the, part of the house or whatever. I was listening to a lawyer the other day, and what the guy said was that want it, if you want the home, stay in the house. But for the most part, what happens today is that if she wants to start the divorce, she will concoct some BS about you being abusive. She will call the cops on you. The cops will come and they will remove you from the house. So that's that. So you got to be very careful about your moves. Make sure that you have proof. Make sure that you have alibis. Make sure that you can prove that you have never been abusive, because women today will use the cops as their enforcers. They will use the cops as their bullies. I talked about that video about that guy in the UK that almost went to jail because this woman basically, uh, she said that her husband was beating her up, and in reality, it was, she basically beat herself in an elevator to be able to get him in jail and to get everything that he had. So, guys, this is not a joke. This is not, this is real shit, man. And so you got to protect yourself. Never go to court without a lawyer. Never go to court without a lawyer. And I'm gonna tell you one thing right now, fellas. If you go to a lawyer's office, okay, because this happens to me. It happened to me once. I was going for child support to get an adjustment, and I'm not gonna say the name of the lawyer, but she is a lawyer in Kearney. She's a female, and so, and her office is located in Kearney Avenue. If you go through, that area of North Jersey, her name is right there. But anyway, so I go to this lawyer office, and before that, I have actually watched this movie, this documentary, Divorce Court, which is eye freaking opening. This is a must watch for all of you mother lovers that are thinking about getting married or are thinking about getting into into a relationship. This is most, most, most important. Let me see if I can put this right here because this sun is beaming down. But make sure that you watch this, man, because this is not a joke, bro. This is real, real. And so one of the things that you notice is that if a lawyer is asking you to fill out papers about how much money you have and the assets you have, for the most part, I would say run. I'm gonna tell you why. Because that's something that the lawyers use. They give you this paper so that you can basically say how much money you have in 401k, whether you own a home, if you have stocks, if you have this, if you have that. The reason I think that they do that is because they want to know how much money they're going to get out of you. So if you're not feeling, listen, just because you go to a lawyer doesn't mean that you got to be able, you're going to hire them right there. This is an interview. This is someone that is going to be working for you. So you got to make sure that they're looking out for your best interests. So ask questions. And if you don't feel the vibe, walk out. So I went to this lawyer, to this woman, for like an adjustment on child support, right, or whatever. And she asked me a question. She was like, "Okay, so how much you pay for child support?" Oh, I said, I'm paying this amount." And the answer, or what she said, was that basically set all this freaking fire alarms off. She didn't know the situation on the other side. She didn't know the situation on this side. But you would expect that the lawyer that you are the person that you are hiring, is going to look out for your best interest. So this woman says to me, "Oh my God, how can she live on that amount?" Now, mind you, it's not peanuts. I'm not a millionaire, but, you know, over $1,000 a month for kids, that's crazy. Kids don't need that much money. But she mentioned that shit, man, and it was like, whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean? You know, what? How can she live on that? You should be asking me. What you should be asking me is like, how is it? What's the situation? Like, what's going on? Like, she didn't ask those questions. And so, what I'm trying to say is that if you're not feeling the vibe, man, run, because your sixth sense is telling you that something is not quite right. So walk out. Try to, for the most part, I say, if you're a man, try to find a lawyer that is a man. Nothing against you, ladies. Sorry, but I think that in the female consciousness, females are always gonna try to look out for females. To my feeling, I seen it. It's like a tribal mentality. It's one woman is going through something. It's like they all go through something. It's like the struggle, and that's not. If you don't know the situation, you gotta be objective in the things that you say and how you think. So, guys, if you're gonna get divorced, if you're gonna go through that process, make sure that you hire a male lawyer. And again, just because you go into a one attorney doesn't mean that you're gonna hire that attorney. So you gotta ask questions. This is like an interview. You're hiring someone, so you gotta be able to ask questions, man. Ask the right questions. Like, you know what? How successful are you in the dissolution of divorces? How many divorces have you been through? Like, like, ask the right questions, man. Like, this is someone you're gonna spend a lot of money on this, and hopefully you don't have to if you have an amicable divorce. Sometimes it happens that is like there is no need, but sometimes if you have houses, if you have money, it will turn ugly quickly. It will turn ugly quickly. So, guys, make sure again that you go to court with a lawyer. Another thing is, after you guys start this process, I would say, do not say, text, write, make comments about your ex-wife or the person that you're getting divorced with that you wouldn't want the judge to hear. If you obviously things are gonna be ugly at the beginning because everyone's feelings are raw, whatever. But make sure that you don't send emails, insulting people, threatening people. Keep your cool. Keep your cool. If she started the process, I know that you're gonna be hurt, that you're gonna be angry, and that you're gonna be you want revenge. Gather yourself, get your shit together, and start thinking logically, not with your feelings, logically. Because if you say something or send an email or send a voicemail, and she can prove that you said something like, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck you up, I'm gonna kill you, you're a piece of shit," that basically just shows that you're an abusive asshole. And so, you know what they said? Everything that you say can be used against you in a court, whether it's a court of law or civil court. It can be used against you. So don't say anything to her or to a friend or to anyone about your feelings about this person. Keep it to yourself. Your best friend is your brain, your head. So whatever feelings you have, keep them to yourself. Another thing is, obviously, if you have kids, try to do the best you can. Try to do the best you can to keep open dialogue with your kids. Man, listen, I know personally how that is. Um, I'm in a situation in which my kids basically went to another state. She went to another state or whatever. And obviously, what happens is that when the other person has the upper hand, she is going to tell them, or she's going to tell the children that you are a piece of shit, that you are this, that you are that you abandon them, even though it's not true. And so try to make sure that you are keep things positive, keep things positive. Don't talk bad about the other person. I'm telling you guys, don't do it. It's not worth it. Only emotional people will do that. And I'm telling you, if you act with your emotions rather than with your, logic, you will lose always, 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 always. Um, and then even after the divorce, I'm gonna tell you one thing that is like 100%, guys. This is not a joke. This is real. This is fucking real. So listen to me. After the divorce is done, close all your freaking social media accounts, you dumb fucks. Okay? Stop posting pictures about the fact that you're going to Dubai, that you're going to, Los Angeles, that you're going these vacations, that you just bought a new car. If you don't want her to go to court and get more money from your ass, don't show that you have it. Don't give that person a weapon to be able to take you to court and get more money out of you, dumb fucks. I'm sorry. I'm raw right now, but I'm telling you, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have social media or Facebook, man, close all that shit. That's BS. You know, people taking pictures about the life that they wish they had, and people basically are, editing their life to look like everything is good. Man, be real. Be real. But that's another video. So yeah, guys, if you don't want her to know that you got money, don't let her know. Don't tell her that you got money. Because all she's gonna do now that she sees that you are doing good, she wants more of that money. So she's gonna take you to the cleaners. If you don't want her to know about it, don't give her the info. When you move, she don't need to know your address. When you go to pick up your kids, you go to a place, to a neutral place. She don't know where she live. You don't know where you need to live. Now, if you have that's just me. But keep things separate. You know what I'm saying? Like, many times I've seen that guys basically get divorced. The child support is allocated or whatever, and they start like putting pictures on Instagram that they went on a vacation, even though they said in court that they didn't have any money. They went and bought a brand new car. They bought a brand new house. If you don't want her to know about it, don't give her the information, guys. Come on, be smart. And at the end, basically, after everything is said and done, try to keep this person as far as you can. Like, if he has nothing to do with you, don't get involved. Now she find a new man or whatever happens to her, that's her problem. As long as it has nothing to do with your kids, then leave it alone. Walk away. That's the reason why you got divorced. And another mistake that I see a lot of people do is that now she's getting nostalgic because perhaps she sees that she had something good and now she wants to go back. Guys, don't be freaking stupid. If you divorce this person, if she divorced you, you guys walked away from each other. If it didn't work the first time, odds are it's not gonna work the second time. So don't put yourself in that situation again. Walk away, cut it off clean. Everyone goes their separate ways. Um, and that's all really I got to say for today, guys. And then again, this is Mix coming at you from NJ, New Jersey, New Jersey Morning Drive. It's NJ Morning Drive. So, make your comments below. Let me know what you think. I like this because, the sun is beaming. So, I like to be incognito. You know what I'm saying? But tell me what you think. Give me, comments below. Subscribe to the channel. If you have any topics that you would like for me to basically touch on, let me know. Send me a quick message, and I'll be more than happy to be able to talk about these things with you guys. I hope you have a great day. A great day. What the hell? I hope you have a great day. Love you guys. Thank you for your support. Have a good day. Bye.